Hey, welcome to Perkstream for May 26th, 2021. This is an introvert's dream. Well, hey, welcome back to the gazebo for Perkstream. I'm glad that you could make it today. I hope that you've pulled up your favorite drink right now and we can just sit and chat a little while. I want to continue to talk about our core strength series, realizing that a lot of us have felt depleted, felt a little bit weak, but there are some things we can do to strengthen our inner being so that we can face the outer realities. And so some of the things that we've been doing in that regard is learning that it really does take an investment of time. So I hope that you've been thinking down that way and maybe setting some appointments for yourself. One of those appointments is making sure you have an appointment with the scripture and that you're digging into it in a meaningful way. But I want to talk about another thing, another practice. And this week and next week are not my strong suit. I'll just say that up front. I don't do well in these areas, but I keep trying. And so I hope that you'll try with me and maybe you can bounce this off me. And maybe you've got some comment to leave in the comment section of this particular video. How do you practice these things? Well, these things are, one is solitude and the other is silence. We'll talk about silence next week, but this week we're talking about solitude. And solitude differs from silence in that you're not going to try to quiet yourself. You're actually going to let all the voices in your head talk. But you're going to do it in a place that is alone. Maybe you're on a trail somewhere, or you pull up a corner chair in your local library. I'll get to that in a minute, why you may want to choose one of those locations. But the basic idea behind solitude is giving yourself a space or a place to be available to God. And in that place that you are in by yourself, you and God kind of sort out what's going on in life. Solitude is a great place that when you feel like there is a lot of pressure on you and you're not sure how all the strands are working together, solitude is really that place where you kind of work out those things and maybe make some meaning out of them if you can. So the emphasis of solitude is on being alone. You don't go and have solitude with somebody unless you're going to verbally sort some things out with somebody. That's an option. But solitude is about finding that place where you can kind of get the stuff that's bubbling in you out in a meaningful way, and you spend time with God doing it. So, in solitude, you're paying attention to the many things that are going through your mind, going through life right now. I find that when I'm doing a time of solitude, I'm sorting out family issues, I'm sorting out church issues, I'm sorting out pastoral issues. I might also be sorting out what kind of things should I be involved in? What kind of things am I letting go of? And it's in the quiet of that solitude, which is really not quiet up here, but hopefully it's quiet around me, that I find that I can, in fact, hear God better, and I can kind of sort these things out a little bit better. I begin to see the patterns that are going on around me. You might take your phone with you and play some music so that you have a little bit of background relaxation going on. Yeah, this is probably not a time for the heavy metal, but a time for you to just have some nice music playing to set a mood for reflection. When I go someplace, I take this with me. I picked this up at a conference. It's your everyday journal. It's got lines in it, but as you can see, I've kind of taken it and I doodle. And there's all these, sometimes it's all words. You can see it's very colorful, yeah. But there's drawings and there's doodling. And sometimes I doodle in the solitude. That is a way that I can begin to sort out some of these things. This is you and God time, and you need to be able to do it at a time, at least by my suggestion, you do it at a time when there isn't something pressing on the backside, or you can maybe put some things on hold for a time. A lot of times what's going to fight solitude is just that. Everything else in life is urgent and it's going to be pressing in on you. This solitude time, I find is indispensable. And I may have to put something on hold that is urgent so that I can take care of what is important. So I'm going to suggest that as a tip, the biggest tip I can give you is don't stay at home and do it, and don't go to your office to do it. I know I can't do it in either place because home and office, I find myself seeing all the things that are not being done. When I get away, those things are not clamoring for my attention. So I'm able to let those go. If the weather allows, I like to get out in one of our parks or on a trail. If weather doesn't allow, then I do need to find an inside space, like maybe a local library, or as churches are opening back up more and more, you might find that there are some churches that make their sanctuaries available as a place to pray and reflect. So something to think about. I know that I have also taken time, I've scheduled time away, and I'll go to a camp. I'll go to some place that one of our conferences has and use that space, which is neither church nor home. So this is one thing it does. It takes planning. So I invite you to make an appointment, just like you're making an appointment for Scripture. Make an appointment to get away with God and do some solitude time. Next week, we'll talk about silence and why silence is different. But at this point, Scripture, make yourself an appointment to be in the Word, and solitude. Make an appointment to go be quiet, whether it be for an hour, 2 or 3 hours, to be in a place where you're asking God to show you the patterns of your life and help sort that out into a meaningful direction. This last weekend, we candidated Rolando Zelaya for the Associate Pastor of Youth and Family Ministry. It was a good time, and I know not everybody could make it. So if you did not make it and you want to hear some of the answers to his questions, we did record the Sunday morning Q&A. The address for that, the internet address for that, is at the bottom of the screen right now. It will also be in the link email that you got that has this particular video linked to it. So you'll be able to find that address, and then you're going to be able to see that video. What is also now available is there's a Google form up for you to vote. If you're not going to be here this Sunday, it's a Memorial Day weekend, I know some people get away. If you're not going to be here this Sunday and you want to register your vote, you can go online. The URL is also in the email, and you can vote in affirmation or vote with your concerns and let us know what you're thinking. What we want you to be able to do is tell us yes or no, do we call Rolando Zelaya for this? And there'll be a space there to help us know what you're thinking when you vote. The voting is open not only through that, but the ballots will be there on Sunday. And if you're not going to be able to get to the Google form for whatever reason and you can't be there Sunday, if you send an email to Dave Baker or to me, send it with your name, how many people are voting, your membership status with Perk, and yes or no, we affirm or not affirm Rolando Zelaya for this position. We're looking forward to hearing from you either through email or through Google form or on Sunday morning. And if none of those three are available to you and you just happen to be seeing this and you get the weekly update by mail, there will be a ballot in your weekly update mailing. Just a reminder that we have changed our mask policy, and we're asking people to enter the building with a mask on, and then once you get to your seat, you can take that mask off. So when we're traveling around the building, particularly when we're in really close contact with other people, we ask that masks be worn. But when we are together in the worship center, we are simply going to say, if you're comfortable, you may remove the mask. If you're not comfortable, leave it on. We want people to be in that space as comfortably as they can be. So we're going to have grace for everybody in this slot at this time. And hopefully pretty soon we will hear a dropping of the mask mandate. We're still waiting for the CDC to issue a final ruling there. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you will take time today to plan your moment of solitude, your time where you can listen to God and sort out the things in life. And I pray that as those things become clear, it also gives you fresh focus and fresh energy for the time ahead. God bless you and have a great day.